My name is Jack Matthews. I'm a small business owner in Delaware. I was only in the union for a brief time years ago. The union was basically busted, and the business that I was working in went overseas. I am one of those people who graduated in the 60s.
Right up to you.
I'm one of those people that graduated in the 60s.
All right.
There was a lot of my classmates at that time that wanted to get into building trade unions. They were excluded. There was favoritism. Now we're in a place right now where we elected Reagan for a short-term fix for our country. He took the right to deduct your car interest. He taxed unemployment. All of these things he did to us. And in the name of racism or whatever, he divided the working vote in this country.
Yes.
We are paying that penalty now.
Yes, we are.
They have taken our networks, ABC, NBC. We got hundreds of channels now with no news. The only news that I listen to is Channel 20, Democracy Now. Very, very low budget. If she had the money to work with that the major networks have, maybe the American people could have the right message given to them. We are starved for information. We cannot make a good decision. Civics is no longer taught in our schools. Our children do not get a good education. They do not know what our political process is about. How are we ever going to bust out of this? How will it happen? I'm sitting up here right now. I have a small safety equipment supply business. I sell to union and non-union. I'm watching people come into my store that are out of work, that have been out of work for a long, long period of time. I'm listening to people that come in and they talk about right-to-work laws. Do they want to go live in Mississippi? Do they want to wage Mississippi wages? I don't know what's going to happen to me today. I don't know how this crowd might be from a non-union shop that won't come into my store anymore. But I'm going to point out I don't give a damn. I really don't give a damn.
That's the way we're going to live.
It's about this country.
That's the way we got to live.
We've all been too selfish for too long. It's time for everybody to start supporting everybody else.
Right.
We're in this together. You know, so the unions, open up your arms. Don't do what you did in the 60s. Don't just get your brother in, your sister in, your father in, your mother in. Don't just let your cousin in. You know, you want to let everybody in. You want to grow the union. You want them to be big. You want labor to be big. Everybody might have to make $2 less an hour, but they allow everybody in. You know, the time for selfish interest is over. Are you going to take the things in your hands? Are you going to boycott Walmart?
Yeah.
Remember Chavez. Remember Montgomery. Remember the Montgomery buses. It wasn't until people boycotted and the black people stopped riding the buses that the Montgomery bus company turned around and allowed black people to sit in the front of the bus. Well, it's time we should all sit in the front of the bus.
Struggle for what you want.
All right.
We need to sit in the front of the bus. And we're only going to do that by refusing to spend our money at Walmart. They're paying substandard wages. People work there. They're growing food stamps. This isn't the kind of country that I want to live in. My son is a school teacher. He is fighting for his life now as far as a union. My daughter is working in the film industry, and she's working along with people making $50, $100 an hour, and she's working for 10 because she can't get in the union. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. But we're the ones that are responsible. Don't blame anybody else. Don't point your finger. Look inside yourself. What sacrifice have you been willing to make? And if you're not willing to make a sacrifice, if you're not willing to stand up, if you're not willing to tell your neighbor what you feel, then don't cry on my shoulder. And I've noticed it too long. I've noticed the people that voted for Reagan, blue-collar workers. He stuffed the judiciary. You can have judgments against pharmaceutical companies, and we got a packed Supreme Court that is overturning decisions by the American people. How long are we going to put up with this? I am a Democrat. I am a liberal. I am not afraid to say it. How many people are willing to go into their neighborhood and say they're a liberal?
Good idea. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very good idea.
Thank you.
I fought for your children to make it a better country. I look around today and it is not a better country. It's worse than it was 10 years ago. And it makes me angry. It makes me angry, you know, I've almost lost all faith in this country's ability to govern itself. Because what it's doing is it's taking us and it's keeping us down. I didn't fight for that. I fought to keep everybody up, to make this country what it could be. But guess what? It's not. And quite frankly, it pisses me off.
Yeah, right. Yes.
Because, you know, I just look around and I see so many people that work hard, but they work hard to have nothing. I didn't fight for the government. I fought for people. I didn't fight for the corporations because corporations aren't doing anything for me except taking. That's all they're doing. That's all they're good for.
And not paying taxes.
And not paying taxes. I pay mine. Thanks. I hope I made sense. So I have to say.
Stay angry.
The truth is on our side. It is my impression that the far right in this country isn't out deliberately to ruin the country, but they're clueless. They don't understand what makes a country vibrant and successful. So educate. Reach out to someone who disagrees with you with compassion and understanding and try to change them or change their minds. One at a time. That's all it would take. And stay active. Make the power structure in this country realize that we mean business, that we're not going to let up until we see more justice and fairness, and we vote. So thank you very much for coming, and please don't let the enthusiasm die. Keep this going. It's going to be a long haul. It's not